Forbidden knowledge, gods of the Bible, Amun. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other God before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. For you shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fatherless on the children of the third and the fourth generations of those who hate me. Throughout the Bible, there are mentions of other gods that have tempted and swayed the children of Israel away from the God of Israel. In this continuing series, Gods of the Bible, we will go over who these gods are, where these gods come from, and how these gods affected the Bible. Previously, we discussed Psalm 82 and Psalm 97 and tried to figure out who the gods were in the great assembly of gods. We discussed the Syrian Els and El, the supreme god of the Syrian pantheon. We also discussed the possibility of the Els being the princes of heaven, the holy archangels. We discussed how each of the archangels' names ended in El, such as Michael and Gabriel. We also discussed the issues associated with the archangels being the Els in the great assembly of gods. Amun. The Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, said, Behold, I am bringing punishment upon Amun of Thebes, and Pharaoh and Egypt and her gods and her kings, upon Pharaoh who trust in him. The ancient Israelites have a long and shared history with the people of ancient Egypt. From Abraham's journey into Egypt to Moses' leading the Israelites out of Egypt to the Promised Land, the ancient Israelites have been intertwined with Egypt. But they rebelled against me and were not willing to listen to me. None of them cast away the detestable things their eyes feasted on, nor did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said I would pour out my wrath upon them and spend my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. Amun is the ancient Egyptian supreme deity and chief of the gods. Amun was the god of the air. At some point in his history, Amun merged with the god Ra and became Amun-Ra. Amun can roughly be associated with the Hidden One, or the Invisible One. Amun was the father and protector of the pharaohs and the source of divinity and right to rule of the Egyptian royalty. Famously, Queen Nefertiti received the title God's Wife of Amun, and Queen Hatshepsut claimed that she was the daughter of Amun. Amun is often depicted as having blue skin, a beard, and the dual crown of the New Kingdom. Amun is often depicted next to a ram, and his cult became prevalent in the ancient Egyptian New Kingdom. Amun was the patron deity of the ancient city of Thebes, replacing the previous war god. The influence and power of Amun was less significant in the Old Kingdom, began to gain influence in the Middle Kingdom, and then dominated by the time of the New Kingdom, which was between the 16th and 11th centuries BC. It was during this time that biblical historians believe was the time of Moses, thought to be around the 14th to 13th century BC. This would mean that during the time of Moses, Amun would have been the premier deity worshipped by Pharaoh that opposed Moses in Exodus. The cult of Amun spread all across the ancient world and influenced other religions and other gods. In Greece, Amun was associated with Zeus Ammon, and in Italy with Jupiter Ammon. There are a few similarities between Amun and the God of Israel. The first is the idea that Amun is an invisible god. Amun is one of the few gods in antiquity to have claimed to have created the earth. From Ezekiel, we learn that at least some of the Israelites continued to worship the Egyptian idols, and it would make sense that they would have worshipped the chief of the Egyptian gods, Amun-Ra. However, we know that Amun is incapable of competing with the God of Israel. The Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, said, Behold, I am bringing punishment upon Amun of Thebes, and Pharaoh, and Egypt, and her gods, and her kings, upon Pharaoh who trusts in him. As the patron deity of Thebes, and knowing that Amun is associated with Amun, we know that God will destroy Amun-Ra. Like how Moses and the God of Israel were able to defeat Pharaoh, so is Amun incapable of standing up to the God of Israel. Much like how Baal was the title of Lord, El was a generic term for God, Amun took the aspect of the invisible God of Israelites. Like Baal and El, Amun is powerless to stop the God of Israel. Amun could not stop Moses and the Israelites from leaving Egypt, nor could Amun prevent the pillaging of his temples by the Israelites when they left out of Egypt, nor could Amun help Pharaoh stop the Israelites from escaping Egypt. It is clear that the God of Israel's prophecy about the destruction of Thebes and Ammon have come to pass. Was Amun the god that stood in the way of Moses freeing the Israelites from Pharaoh? Did the Egyptian model Amun after the God of Israel, since Amun changed throughout the Egyptian history? Is Amun still around today? Why do you think there are so many gods that try and imitate the God of Israel? Let me know in the comment section below, and for more Supernatural History TV, like and subscribe.